1,000 mosquitoes versus blood. Let's get into it.
This is 1,000 mosquito eggs, and in just a couple days, they're going to hatch into 1,000 actual.
First off, bro, alongside termites, I hate mosquitoes too. Mosquitoes are just, if for some reason we need them in the universe. If they go, then everything falls apart for some reason. The world will be a better place without these things, despite what the science says. I hate these things, bro. They dead ass just come here to suck your blood. That's the only reason. That's the only thing they do.
Flying mosquitoes that I'm going to be doing the most interesting experiments with, like feeding them a pool of blood. Anyways, right now the mosquito eggs we have are dormant, but all they need to have,
like the eggs even look fucking disgusting. That shit looks like black rice. What the fuck? That shit looks like black rice.
hatch is a bit of water. The second a dry mosquito egg touches water, the embryos inside absorb it and basically come to life. And literally within only a few minutes of adding in the water, check out this area right here. A tiny little white speck started to poke
Ugh. Should give me a little bit chills.
out from the top of this single egg. Everyone, this is a mosquito larva, also known as a wiggler. And yeah, you can probably tell why they're called wigglers based on how much they wiggle. But over the next few days, this will eat food and literally evolve into a fully grown mosquito. It will actually be one of the craziest things you'll ever see. Oh, but yeah, I almost forgot. We don't just have one, we have 1,000 mosquitoes.
Where did you find the 1,000 mosquitoes, dude? Where did you find this shit? Can you just buy this shit online? Like, where do you find 1,000 mosquitoes?
Only a minute later, another wiggler started to wiggle out, then another, and soon enough, this tank was starting to get overrun with our new pets. I have to be so careful in this video. Oh my gosh.
Bro, if you're not careful, bro, you're gonna be your whole entire body is cooked. You're cooked instantly. They're draining you. They're sucking you dry.
So weird. Literally 1,000 mosquito larvae are right here. But if we want them to turn into real mosquitoes, there's a couple things we gotta do to speed up their growth process. Of course, starting with feeding them. And I don't even know what these things eat. I mean, they're practically microscopic at this stage. Yeah. I mean, I guess let me just search what do mosquito larvae eat. Enter. And it looks like they eat microscopic organic matter. Oh, I actually have an idea of how I could do this. This is fish food. Yeah, not super special, but for when the larvae are this small, it works perfectly to crush up into tiny little pieces. And immediately after dropping in some of this crushed food, it sank down to the bottom for the larvae to start eating. Since the larvae were just born about an hour ago, there's
It's kind of crazy how like mosquitoes fly once they become full grown, but they like grow up in water, which is why they like moisture. They low-key do like moisture, so it makes sense.
unbelievably small that it's just so hard to see, but you can kind of make out the shape of its mouth if you look very closely right here. It's insane how there's a brain and actual life in something this tiny. Anyways, you can see they tried to eat most of this food, but it's still a bit big. So once it dissolves into the water, it'll become even easier for these guys to eat it. But things get fun quickly because these wigglers more than double in size every 24 hours.
Fucking scary, dude. That's potentially like 1,000 mosquitoes roaming your fucking crib, dude. I would do this in like a abandoned warehouse or some shit. Don't do this in your house, dude. Maybe it's not in your house. Maybe you did take the necessary precautions. I'm not gonna doubt you. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, my guy.
Come back tomorrow. These guys are going to be a lot bigger.
I like you, Terry Green. I don't want anything to happen to you, bro. Please tell me you didn't do this inside the crib.
Good morning, Terra Greeners. I just woke up. The mosquitoes are probably bigger now. I haven't really checked though. Let me look. Wait, I haven't even zoomed in yet. And wait, you can literally see. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if you can't tell by this footage, the larvae are so much bigger now. And when I turned on my camera to record them in detail, I was amazed by how much they grew literally overnight. The day before, this was the most zoomed in footage I could get of these guys. But now, the larvae almost filled up the entire frame, and look at how much more detailed they are. This black bulb at the bottom is their heads, and they're so big already, we can make out their mouth a lot easier, and we can even see their tiny little eyes. These guys are so cool, because you can literally see how their mouth works as a little boat.
Bro, why the fuck is it mouth flickering like that, dude? Why is his little tentacles just flicking like that, bro? That shit's like disgusting, bro.
Motor essentially, and they can just use it to slowly drift among the water surface.
Yo, it's using its mouth to drift. That's crazy work. I've never seen that before in my entire life.
Sometimes they'll even curl up and start sucking up microscopic food particles from the surface. Okay, well this video is all about doing the funnest experiments with the mosquitoes. So next up, I want to test their light instincts. Because if you didn't know, adult flying mosquitoes are insane.
Bro, look at this conglomerate amount of fucking mosquitoes, dude. Like, you go outside, they're terrorizing your entire body, bro. Like, what would happen if 1,000 mosquitoes was to just start sucking your blood at once? Would you cease to exist?
attracted to light. I mean, they'll just swarm light at night. But I was wondering if that instinct starts when they are babies.
Well, to figure it out, I turned off all the lights in my garage and watched what they did. Pretty quickly, the larvae actually started to rise to the surface way more. If you remember, most of the larvae were spending most of their time together, sort of near the bottom of the tanks when the lights were on. But yeah, with the lights off, they all like to be on the surface, apparently.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. But now what I want to do is take this super bright studio light and position it pointing right at the side of the enclosure. So that way we can turn it on. Oh, there we go. And we can see what they do. Yeah, let's see.
And literally the second after turning on this light, like magic, the larvae started to migrate away from it. And they all started to gather up on the right side as far away from the light as possible.
So they're avoiding light when they're in their prenatal stage. And then once they grow up fully, they go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, go to the light. I could have said that word wrong. I don't know if prenatal is the right word to use, but anyways.
Away from the light. That's interesting. The fully grown mosquitoes, they'll completely swarm light. But when they're larvae, they will completely avoid it.
So to confirm my theory, I turned off this light and moved it over to the right side. And immediately, the larvae did exactly what I thought they would, and they went back to the left side. Since I could kind of control where they were, I thought it'd be funny to kind of just swap the lights on and off on each side.
Yo, this guy is literally torturing the fucking larvae. Yo, dude, you gotta chill, bro.
And, you know, make them do some exercise. Listen, okay, I gotta train some strong, capable mosquitoes for when I put them up against a pile of blood. It's gonna be so interesting.
Dang, that is actually so cool to watch how they do that. And apparently they do this because they don't want to get eaten by fish, of course. And if they're in the darkness, then it's obviously harder for the fishes to see them.
Bro, that makes sense. So they dead ass have instincts the moment they come out the womb.
Interestingly, while I was doing that last test, if I go and stir the floor around like that and zoom in, you can see there's tons of what almost looks like just dead mosquito larvae that is just drifting around in the water. Now, I got worried for a second. I thought something was going around killing all the mosquitoes. But don't worry, I actually figured out that these are not dead mosquito larvae.
You see, what these are actually the old skin.
They shed that early, dude? That means that they're ready to pop soon.
Current larvae. You see, these guys apparently shed off their old skin 4 times before becoming a flying mosquito.
Okay, now bro, just answer my question right after.
Basically, just like how other animals will molt their skin off when it's time to grow bigger.
So of course, now that I know that, for the next experiment, I gotta see if I can capture on camera a shot of them molting. Basically, what I'm gonna do is go and move my lights back to the, the back of the enclosure. And basically, that's gonna cause all the larvae to go and swim to the front. And then I can just leave my camera running for like 24 hours, and surely I could capture at least one of these guys molting to get that shot for you guys.
And so yeah, I recorded this for like 2 hours, and after thoroughly reviewing all of the footage, none of the larvae actually shed their skin, unfortunately. But obviously, I was not going to give up. So I spent hours actively recording with my camera.
The more you do it, you're eventually going to catch one of them. One of them is going to eventually start shedding. You're going to catch them.
Every single larvae at the water surface. Apparently, they only molt out their skin when they're hanging upside down from the top. And after about 2 hours, I found this larva. You can tell he was about to molt by the fact that he was hanging upside down for a pretty long time without moving. And every now and then, he would try and twitch to squeeze out of his old skin. If you look very closely right here, you can see his old skin.
Bro's tweaking, bro. He's literally just over there tweaking. Just
to slide up and off, and this white part right here is his new skin underneath. But after watching this guy for like another hour, all of a sudden he just started to float down, and he fell all the way to the floor and completely stopped moving. Yeah, apparently the molting process is actually really grueling for mosquitoes, and there's a chance that they can use all their energy while doing it and die.
Are you serious? Yo, I did not know that. They have to go through trials and tribulations like early on in the career.
What happened to this guy? Rest in peace, bro. But of course, this was not going to stop me because I kept recording for longer and longer until I eventually caught this footage. Keep in mind, this is literally the first footage on the internet of a mosquito larvae molting because of how hard it is to catch. So you can't complain about how trash this footage quality is. But anyways, you can see it started to shake violently and it started to slide out of its old skin. This dark part is his new skin. And eventually, he was able to fully slide out and only his molt was left behind.
Good shit, bro. He triumphed.
It's so cool to watch this happen, and after it does, the new larvae swims away and leaves the old skin behind, which that skin will probably get eaten by another larvae very soon for some protein.
Yo, so they eat each other's larvae for protein. Yo, they're just fucking benefiting off each other. One person demise, they just benefit off it.
Let's go. I'm so happy we just got to see that. But in fact, I just spent so long trying to get that shot that almost all of our larvae now are pretty much fully grown. Meaning, yes, we're about to have 1,000 mosquitoes hatching in just a matter of days. And about that, it would be extremely illegal and just really bad if a mosquito escaped, let alone 1,000 mosquitoes. So I have a feeling it's time we build some sort of containment system.
Yeah, soon. I didn't know it was illegal to let loose 1,000 mosquitoes. I know it's bad. It's obviously bad, but it's illegal. Like, it's an actual rule saying that you can't release 1,000 mosquitoes. They did as had a countermeasure for every single thing that every human has done in history. That means that somebody actually tried to do that. Man, you fucking psycho, bro. What is wrong with you? The person that actually released 1,000 mosquitoes, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
Oh, man.
Now, thankfully, I had this big tank sitting in my garage, which would actually be a perfect fit to put over our current tank. So when the mosquitoes hatch, they won't be able to just fly away. But obviously, there's a big opening on the bottom, which would be bad if we had to move this. All the mosquitoes would get out. So what I did was put our current tank in here while the big one was sideways. And then I got this piece of clear acrylic that I'm going to be able to attach to the front.
And when I attach this piece of acrylic, it's going to make sure no mosquitoes can get out. But you're probably wondering why I got all these massive holes right here. Well, what I'm gonna do is this, and as you can see, I just put mesh in each of the corners, so you know air can get in.
Yo, they're gonna escape, dude. They might escape, bro.
I left this hole open in the middle, so I can put a little door here, so we'll be able to put stuff in, but mosquitoes won't be able to get out.
It's pretty simple to make though, because all we gotta do is attach this little sleeve contraption I made and put a clamp on the end.
Basically how it works is if you want to put your arm inside, you go ahead and take off the safety clamp.
Yo, but what about the little opening down here, dude? What's stopping them from just coming outside of here?
And basically what you do is while you're holding it still, you gotta carefully stretch your arm inside, and then boom, when it's around your arm, it's very airtight, and you can go ahead and put your arm inside. And you see I have access to here, and the mosquitoes won't be able to get out, and it's very easy to go and take my arm out, keep it shut, and then I can go and put
Okay, I'm assuming he's gonna take the cord out, because leave it like this, they all getting out.
clamp back on.
And after I had my dad silicone the acrylic on, boom, this containment system is done. But guys, there's actually something I didn't tell you about these mosquitoes. In their life cycles, there's a whole nother stage of life before becoming mosquitoes that lasts about a day. And when I came back the next day to my tank, I noticed they were already entering it.
Oh my gosh, guys, look at what I just saw. Take a look at the larvae in here. You see these little circular things swimming around next to the actual
The fuck, the little dots. Looks like a moving rice particle. Like, what is that?
larvae? Those are the pupae, and that means they're about to hatch.
You see, these pupae are also called tumblers because, well,
Yo, what the fuck, bro? It's just like a little shrimp, like it's a shrimp molecule, dude.
they tumble down when they sense potential danger nearby. But the coolest thing is how these guys look. They got these weird, scary looking eyes. They got little horns that act as snorkels for oxygen. And of course, they look way different from a larva with that cool shrimp-shaped body. And if you're wondering how it looks when a larva turns into a pupae, well, this awesome footage from Backyard Bugs shows it. Basically, the skin splits at the thorax area, and very similarly to how the larvae molt, the new pupae will slide out, and yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yes, sir. These guys are so cool.
They just pop out of their skin and somehow morph, the body contorts, and then it just forms into the shape of a shrimp somehow.
We haven't even got to see the coolest part where they literally crawl out the pupae, and it's like an alien movie. It's crazy. But yeah, I don't think that shot's gonna be too hard to get because we're on like day 8, and check what has just started to hatch. Yep, that is a
This is where shit gets dangerous, bro. We'll see.
mosquito, meaning there's like 3 mosquitoes in here right now, so it shouldn't be long till we have much more.
You see, the pupae get darker and darker as they get closer to turning into a mosquito. So since this pupae is bright white, I know he won't be hatching anytime soon, but these pupae here are extremely dark, meaning the mosquito is right under that skin, ready to crawl out.
So to make the shot even easier to get, I'm gonna suck all of the darkest pupae up into this little pipette and put them in this container to make it easier to record.
Now, since the mosquitoes have already started to hatch, I actually had to use the door I made to get my hand inside so they wouldn't escape, and I used my little pipette to start sucking up as many of the dark pupae as I could. Then I put them into a temporary container and I started to film. Thankfully, the pupae hatched within only a few hours of turning black, so it was literally only about an hour of recording till I caught this on camera. Out of nowhere, this pupa here started to straighten out its tail. This makes a little tunnel here for the head of the mosquito to start squeezing out. It's so nasty, but you can see how this area here just keeps inflating. The mosquito is literally being born in front of our eyes, and you can see how it's leaving the clear pupa skin behind. All of a sudden, his little mouth pops
Fucking disgusting, dude. Like, it looks grueling and disgusting, bro.
here that they use to suck blood, and soon after, you can see his wings popped out as well.
Oh my gosh, guys, this is insane. Wait, this is happening right now.
Finally, the legs stop sticking to the body, and bada bing, bada boom, that's how a mosquito is born. They'll basically stand here for like half an hour while they wait for their body and wings to harden up.
Unfortunately, I am not allowed to just let this guy fly out. Yeah, when you hatch mosquitoes in your house, it is just illegal to let them escape.
What are they gonna do about one minuscule mosquito? That's not. I mean, that's not doing anything. There's no way that they're gonna know about one mosquito, bro.
Move him into this tank, but if I can't do it, I do have this here.
But thankfully, I didn't have to use that since it was super easy to just grab it with tweezers and let it loose in the containment system. W mosquitoes, bro. That was one of the coolest things I have seen.
Well, guys, it's been another few days, and I'm proud to say we have 100+ mosquitoes now. I mean, we got tons just flying around. We got even more just sitting all over the glass. And that's not even to mention all the mosquitoes just hiding around.
Now, I can test these guys with my last 2 mosquito experiments, starting with sticking my hand inside of the tank of mosquitoes.
Please, bro. Please, my brother. Don't do this. You're gonna have some precaution? Please tell me you're gonna have some precaution when you put your hand inside of there.
But in addition to my hand going in there, I've also got a couple kinds of mosquito repellent. So we can test if these things actually work. I am definitely about to get bit.
So I started to apply the first mosquito repellent to my arm by spraying it. You see,
For your sake, I hope this works, my brother.
mosquitoes are insanely attracted to the scent and heat of human skin, but somehow the spray stuff completely blocks all of those and messes with the mosquito senses.
Theoretically, when I stick my hand in there, I shouldn't get bit. Well, I guess let's just do this.
And as I stuck my hand in, I got very nervous. I hate mosquito bites.
They're flying very close, but yeah, I don't think they can even sense that this is a hand right now.
Yeah, I literally left my hand in there another 30 seconds and not a single mosquito even landed on it.
Yeah, perfectly. That shit actually does work. At least we know it does work. Cause sometimes I'll be questioning if it works or not. Cause I put it on my legs, but I feel like I still be getting bit up, bro. I feel like that shit didn't work, but I guess it does work.
They would definitely be swarming it.
Dang, this stuff works good. If you need some mosquito repellent, I recommend this brand. It's not sponsored or anything, but it's pretty good. But now the second mosquito repellent I want to test. Well, you see this app right here? This app claims to literally make a sound that will repel mosquitoes.
These type of apps, I feel like they don't do shit. Like, bro, like I had a dog that was messed. Like, he was dead as so bad this one time, bro, and like he was pissing me off. I wanted him to stop biting me, bro. Like you know how dogs play biting shit. I wanted to just sit down and just chill out. And then I looked up a sound that could make a dog sit down and chill out. And that shit actually, like, it worked for a second, then he just kept biting me. So I don't know. I don't know about these apps.
Oh, do you hear that? It's like a high-pitched buzz. Okay, well, let's see if this works.
Now I've heard these apps are myths, but as I put my hand inside, the mosquitoes weren't instantly swarming it. In fact, they were acting kind of similar to earlier when I was testing the spray stuff, even though I had thoroughly washed it all off my hand. Maybe these apps actually do work. That was until I found this when I took my hand out.
Okay, for a second, I thought this app actually worked. Now, let me turn off this ear-piercing sound. But then I realized I actually got bit, like, right there. I can definitely feel it. It's starting to itch and stuff. Don't use these apps, guys. I can assure you they are fake, but I guess this stuff kind of does work.
Anyways, now it's time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Mosquitoes versus blood.
And yes, I actually have a jar of blood from a
From a cow. I was about to say, bro, if you didn't say that, I would have thought something completely different. I was like, where did you extract that from, my brother?
cow. Oh my gosh.
Now, in order to make this have a chance to work, I had to fill up this
I know that shit smells like shit, cause like, bro, that shit looks grotesque. Like, why is it so like
container with a
why is it so like gulpy, bro? Like, it's like thick as fuck. It looks like thick water, or like some sort of like, it looks like unpasteurized milk.
Bunch of blood, and then I put some saran wrap on top. This way the mosquitoes could stick their little mouthpiece through it and get filled up with blood if they're hungry. Finally, I just warmed it up in the microwave so it would recreate the temperature that mosquitoes like, and I put it inside the tank. Let's see what these mosquitoes do. Now for the first like 20 minutes, pretty much none of the 100 mosquitoes were interested. They were kind of just hiding around and not moving much, so I kept trying tons of new stuff, like dimming the lights, because apparently mosquitoes don't like to eat under the bright light, and after trying so much stuff and recording for hours, not a singular mosquito tried to eat this blood.
They only want human blood, bro. That's what they're saying. They want human. They want your blood, Brody. They don't want that cow's blood. They only like living things. They might only like living things. That could be the case.
Cool footage. You can see mosquitoes literally only take a couple seconds to land on an arm and get completely filled up with blood. But for some reason, they only like to drink blood from arms and not just liquid blood, apparently, like we have here. Literally all the mosquitoes had gathered up on the other side of the enclosure to avoid it.
Yeah, I literally just tried to record this for 2 days. None of the mosquitoes were interested. I didn't want to have to not upload the video just because the last experiment failed. The whole point of the channel is to get crazy animal ideas and see if they're actually possible. Unfortunately, this one.
So apparently, mosquitoes only like blood if it's a living being. So they just like to torture you. That's basically what they're saying. Mosquitoes just like to torture you. Let me know your worst mosquito experience in your life, and I'll see y'all guys in the next one. Peace.